Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we have some news coming out of Gamescom yesterday, and it looks like that the remake of KOTOR is being moved to a new studio. We have those topics and more to cover, but before we get started, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so we can keep you up to date with some gaming news. Now let's get started. First, if you remember a few weeks back, we covered how there were 2 employees that were let go that were working on the KOTOR remake, and it looks like we've got a bit of an update here. This is coming to us from Bloomberg. Troubled Star Wars video game remake shifts to new studio. The high-profile remake of Knights of the Old Republic will go to Saber Interactive in Eastern Europe. Now, in that previous report, it said that Saber Interactive was helping Aspire with this game, and I guess they just decided to turn the whole thing over to Saber Interactive. Well, last Thursday, Embracer had said in a financial report that they had one of their big titles that was going to be a AAA game, and it had switched developers, but they didn't say which game or which developers, and many people speculated that that was going to be KOTOR Remake. So the article here has a quote that says, "One of the group's AAA projects has transitioned to another studio within the group. This was done to ensure the quality bar is where we need it to be for the title." And then some analysts correctly guessed, based on Bloomberg's previous reporting, that the statement referred to the Star Wars remake. Now you may wonder how Bloomberg learned about all of this. In the article they say the project, formerly and developed at Austin, Texas-based Aspire Media, is now being led by one of Saber Interactive's Eastern European studios, according to a person familiar with the change, who asked not to be identified because the details are private. Both developers are owned by the Swedish company Embracer Group AB, which obliquely referenced the pivot in a public statement last week. A representative for Embracer didn't immediately have a comment. And in all honesty, I think this is going to be a good move for a remake that's so beloved. Now with this change, I have a feeling the game is going to be delayed internally. We don't really have a release date for it yet, and I just don't think that they're going to take everything that's already been done and just continue the work. They will probably reuse some assets, but most likely they'll be starting from scratch. And Gamescom started yesterday, and they had a whole lot of new announcements and new trailers, but I'm going to hit the highlights of the things that I thought was the most interesting. So first we see a trailer for a new game called Everywhere, and this is by Build a Rocket Boy, and they say they've been working on this for 5 years. And I'm not quite sure what the game is about. They did say more details are incoming, but I did see elements of racing along with third-person shooting. And it does say that it's going to be coming out sometime in 2023. And then next we see a trailer for Dune Awakening. And this was that game that was sort of leaked out by the snitch on Twitter. And it says this is an open-world survival MMO by Funcom. And if you're interested in the beta, you can go ahead and sign up for that at dunegames.com. And next we finally see that DualSense Pro controller, but they're calling it the DualSense Edge, and they advertise it as a high performance controller. And then we get sort of a cinematic trailer for The Lords of the Fallen, which is a sequel to the role-playing video game, and we really have no gameplay, just this sort of cinematic opening. And then we have Sonic Frontiers, and the release date was actually leaked earlier in the day yesterday by Sega of Japan when they accidentally put the trailer up and then quickly privated it. But this is set to release on November 8th, just in time to get in there before the Black Friday sales. Then we have Moonbreaker, and this is from Unknown Worlds, and this is a digital turn-based strategy tabletop tactics game. And they put a heavy emphasis on being a true digital miniatures experience where you're able to customize your miniature characters. And this goes into early access on September 29th. And then we get a new trailer for Lies of P, and we get it revealed that this will be coming to Game Pass day one, and this will be sometime in 2023. Then we have Atlas Fallen by Focus Entertainment, and this is set to come out sometime in 2023. And the description for the game says that Atlas Fallen takes you to a semi-open world full of ancient mysteries and threats. And it's supposed to be coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC in 2023. Now there's a book by the same title that came out in 2018, so I don't know if this is based off of that or not. Next we have Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game, and this is going to come out early 2023. And you can sign up for the beta right now at killerclownsthegame.com, of course clowns spelt with a K. Next we see Gotham Knights, and they give a release date for this for October 21st. And in this trailer they show a focus on a bunch of villains, but just a reminder that no matter how many characters they show in these trailers, you only play as Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, or Red Hood. And then a game that I will admit kind of caught my attention, we've got Where Winds Meet. And IGN had a little more detail than this trailer did. They basically described it as a Ghost of Tsushima-like game in an open world. And the setting is medieval China. Now this is created by Everstone Games. And the game is to include several gameplay elements that include horseback riding, combat skills, exploration, and hunting. So I don't know just yet what the target date is for this, but it looks interesting. And then finally we get a cinematic trailer and a gameplay trailer for Dead Island 2. And I'm going to have to selectively edit this video because it's extremely violent. But that is going to be coming out February 3rd, and you can pre-order it now, and there will be 6 playable characters in it. So overall, not a bad presentation, quite a few big announcements here, and a lot of new trailers that I didn't really go over because it was just new looks at some games we already knew about. So if you're interested in seeing all those, it should still be up on the Game Awards YouTube channel. Now, of all the announcements made, the two that have me the most interested is Dune and Where Winds Meet. Now, I don't know a whole lot about the Dune game just yet, so I'll have to kind of see what type of game it is as to whether or not it's for me, but I'm definitely interested in the Dune series. And as I mentioned before, Where Winds Meet with that Ghost of Tsushima-like gameplay set in medieval China looks pretty interesting as well. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And it looks like we have a release window of sorts for PlayStation VR2. We have this tweet from the PlayStation Japan Twitter account, and translated into English, it says early 2023 release. Now there were other PlayStation accounts from various countries that tweeted this also, although I don't think the US one ever did, or at least not at the time I was recording this. So if you're looking forward to PlayStation VR 2, it should be out sometime next year, early next year. We don't know if that means March or June. I guess June's in the first half of 2023. But hopefully we'll get a final date sometime before the end of the year. And that's all we have for today. Did anything we cover catch your attention? Were there any of those announcements at Gamescom that you're looking forward to? And when do you think we'll get an official release date for PlayStation VR 2? Drop a comment about those topics or anything else we covered today. I want to thank you for watching and be good.